We're going to start this puppy up. Clear, prop.
And welcome back to Tip of the Week. What happens if you install an engine with too much power into a small aircraft? By too much power, I'm referring to selecting an engine for your home built that exceeds the designer's suggested horsepower rating. In other words, our question is, are there any noticeable differences, good or bad, that result from supersizing the engine that you choose for your home built? Well, let's find out. Here is an example of the popular Zenith CH701 kit aircraft, known for its great STOL performance. The aircraft designer's brochure says that the recommended engine power for this model is 65 to 100 horsepower and up to 185 pounds in weight. The ubiquitous Rotax 912 engine has generally been the popular choice for the 701, as both the 80 horse and 100 horsepower versions fall nicely into this power range and weight. So if we use an engine with substantially more power than the 100 horsepower limit, what type of performance can we expect? Let's start by looking at what 80 horsepower does in the aircraft. Here is my CH701 that I built quite a few years ago. I have the 80 horsepower Rotax 912 installed, and you should now visually notice the takeoff. Not bad. I flew this aircraft for years and enjoyed this more than adequate takeoff performance each flight. Here's a CH701 with a 100 horsepower Rotax engine. Notice how it jumps off the ground. Keep in mind that these impressive takeoffs give a relative sense of the ability of an aircraft to get over obstacles in short distances. Remember, this 100 horsepower Rotax engine reflects the upper end of the power recommendation for this aircraft. So let's look at what happens when we go further and move the horsepower mark up to 130. That's a 30% increase from the 100 horsepower Rotax. There are three popular engines in the 130 horsepower class on the market today that have been installed in the 701. The first we will look at is the ULPower 350 IS. This one was installed by John Humbird, and he has created quite a nice installation here. This is a direct drive, fuel-injected engine. It's also extremely light in weight for its power at approximately 180 pounds.
This red and black Super 701 that you see taxiing by is powered by the 130 horsepower UL-powered engine. It is being flown by John Humbird. We saw him flying this aircraft yesterday, had a great time flying side by side, all metal high wing backcountry aircraft from Zenith Aircraft.
Let's look at what type of takeoff is going to result with this engine.
John Humbird patiently waiting takeoff instructions. 130 horsepower UL powered Super 701 from Cleveland, Tennessee. This ULPower features ground adjustable prop that is pitched for cruise and has not been repitched for the STOL event.
While not every takeoff needs to be spectacular like this, it sure is nice knowing that capability is there if ever needed to get beyond obstacles, particularly on a high-density altitude day or with a heavy load. Another engine in the greater than 100 horsepower class is the Aeromomentum AM15. This engine is also fuel injected, but with a reduction propeller drive. Let's see its takeoff performance in the Zenith 701.
Alex Rolinski taking off in just a few feet there with that beautiful 701 with an Aeromomentum engine.
Our final engine in the 130 horsepower class is the Viking 130, also fuel injected and with a reduction drive. These demonstrations of the Zenith 701 and Viking 130 engine are performed by Dean Phillip from New Zealand. He has won numerous awards for his amazing performance in STOL competitions using the Viking 130 in his 701. In summary, one obvious result of increasing your horsepower is the dramatic shortening of your takeoff distance. This feature alone has some wonderful consequences for safety as well as for fun. In regards to safety, overcoming obstacles on short runways and go-arounds, especially when coping with high-density altitude. Do not substitute engines in an aircraft without fully understanding the impact on weight and balance, especially the balance component, as an engine weight outside the designer's limits can dangerously affect aircraft handling. Adjusting the distance of the engine to the firewall can often bring things into balance by utilizing custom engine mounts. All aircraft shown in this video had the blessing of the aircraft designer for their engine selections. And there you have it. It is often said that you cannot have too much power in an aircraft. Too much weight, yes, and weight is often the limiting factor when trying to get a more powerful power plant to fit into your aircraft. This is why everyone is so concerned about weight when evaluating engines for their home built. And when you're done with that thought, please, everybody, back to building.